guys, it's Louis at Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Look at my shadow. Do I look like Elvis in my shadow? But anyway, I love it when we discover new YouTube channels that help defend Elvis Presley and Lisa Marie and the bloodline of Elvis. This new YouTube channel is going to play some of her clips, and we're hoping that you guys are going to go over and subscribe to this great new channel on YouTube. Check us out on Defending Elvis Presley. We do daily live streams defending Elvis Presley. Hope you enjoy these clips. Thanks, guys.
Wallpaper I do remember very well. It's been replicated perfectly. It still is upstairs in my nursery as we speak, but it's a little run down, so they had to, find it, get it copied, get it remade. So this is an exact, as close as can be replica of the nursery that's still on the top floor of Graceland. So here we have the infamous faux fake fur that I had. Everyone thought I was so luxurious as a child, and there it is, it's fake. And it's there, and then here's the record player, my first record player, which I hadn't seen since yesterday, since I was tiny. I just remember being, having it in the middle of the floor and playing records.
Now, show my little daughter, Lisa. She's 6 years old. Look at her jump up. Put your dress down, Lisa. You pull your dress down before you jump up like that again, young lady.
So who is the dad you remember?
Just a very special, I remember him as my dad, but he was a very exciting dad.
You talked about his coming down the stairs with jewels.
Chains. Yeah, and yeah, he'd sing all the time.
Did he want you to sing? Did you ever?
Oh yeah, he'd always wake me up to sing in the middle of the night, get on the table and sing.
Yeah? So what was his schedule that you would keep?
4 a.m., sleep, go to bed, 4, 5, get up at 2, 3 in the afternoon. That was only when I was with him. When I was with my mom, she flipped me around into a very rigorous normal average childhood schedule. He was very protective, very adoring, very watchful, and I knew that I was loved. There's no question about that. It's not something that is easy to come by, obviously, but it was very apparent to me, and it was very mutual. I was in his bathroom upstairs at Graceland, and he caught me. I think I was lip syncing in the mirror. I think I was 2. Not so necessarily aware of who he was, but just in my own world, singing with the microphone in front of the mirror. And anyway, I'm sure he got a huge kick out of it, and I don't know how long he was actually watching me, but it never embarrassed me, never said anything. And then I think he was getting other people to come watch as well. The only person who could get me in the bathtub was my father. He's the one that would have to actually put me in and make me. I wouldn't argue with him, ever. There was no schedule, there was no time at Graceland, no rules. It was almost like this fun house that no matter what you did, no matter what you destroyed, no matter what you threw, no matter what broke, it would somehow miraculously get replaced within 24 hours. And it was quite the lively home. The basement was always a room, for whatever reason, for mayhem. And I would transform when I would go down the stairs, and I don't know why, just throwing things down there and, getting into trouble. And he would do similar things down there. He'd get mischievous, as always. My father decided to give me a pony. She was very small, so he put me on her outside, and then he takes her and through the back door and in the house. He was worried that Dodger, the grandmother, was going to hear this and was going to freak out and All of a sudden the horse decides to, you know, relieve himself, and not in a pretty way, on the carpet. Everyone had horses and golf carts. One person would get on, and then everyone would get on, and then it would be like, you know, like a convoy of golf carts. It was always crazy. I also led the convoy when I got old enough to hit the pedal. I had about 5 friends up there, and then some cousins. So we'd all sort of congregate when I'd come to town, and everyone would get a golf cart, which was a nightmare. I fired people, yeah. Apparently I did. I could decapitate a golf cart. I could take the hood off by running under a tree. I could go through the fence and it would get fixed within 3 days. If it wasn't me, you know, running the golf cart through a tree or through the forest or through a fence, it was my father. He would rent out Liberty Land and we'd stay there all night riding roller coasters over and over and over and over all night long. The roller coaster would go up to the highest point and then he would get out of it and make everybody panic thinking that he fell off. He would be sitting somewhere on the roller coaster. When you'd get in a car with him when he was behind the wheel, this could be your last minute. Same thing with the plane. All of a sudden the captain would come on out and please fasten your seatbelt because he was going to land the plane. And it was just like everybody would stick their head between their knees, hide or something, you know, bury themselves in the sea. It was just like one of those, oh, good God moments. He always liked the danger. I'll say that he used to have a police light, a blue siren, and he'd carry it around in his car. And then he would chase after people who were speeding. No, then he would wait, he would chase them down and get out of the car, walk up to the window, and say, you know, son, you're going too fast, why don't you slow down? And then go back and get in the car and take off, laughing hysterically.
They must be flipping out that Elvis did that to him.
That's part of the kick
between
of it.
he and Dennis Quaid. Dennis could be right next to him in the car. Slow down, fellas.
Any conversations with your father?
Oh, yeah. Lots of, you know, I remember lots of conversations. I mean, you know, he and I spent a lot of time together. Upstairs, upper part of Graceland is basically his room and my room, so we spent a lot of time together up there because there wasn't anything else going on. And that's when I got to really, you know, be with him. He'd set up a little chair in my room and a TV and be in my room a lot.
Now, was he like a really strict dad, or did you hang out and just have fun together?
He was not strict at all.
You could get away with murder with him?
I did. I knew because you know, when he would sleep all day, and so I pretty much, me and my friends had the run of Graceland.
It's a rock and roll. That's what happened.
Yeah, he slept all day and up at night, so I knew that, and I knew that no one was going to tell me what to do because they would get fired. I was truthfully a terror, to be honest, and I'm not something I'm not proud of particularly, but it was, my mom was completely the opposite. She was really strict, so it was very confusing that I'd have to go, you know, back and forth between the two. I wrote a lot of poetry, starting out very dark, and I said to him, please, you're not going to die, or you don't die. I didn't know then what was going on, so I wish I had. You know, I didn't have any clue what was really happening. I just thought, he's not happy, my God, what's going on? And he was, you know, I remember seeing his stomach and worried to death over that.
It hurts me.
There were several times where I would just feel worried and go check on him, and I'd find him in these bad states out of nowhere. He would just start falling, and I'd have to go run and catch him, and he was about 6'2" and quite heavy, and I'm holding him up. It was just starting to become too common. He was not happy. He was in such an ivory tower and so untouchable and so alienated after a while. He held the reins on the cart for as long as he could, and then he could no longer withstand that. It's not easy. I don't know a lot of people that have pulled it off, that haven't gone to self-destruction. I don't like talking about this. It was August 16th. At 4 a.m., I was supposed to be asleep, actually. And he found me and, go to bed. And I said, okay, and I think he kissed me goodnight, and I ran off, and he had come in and kissed me goodnight after that. That was the last time I saw him alive. His body was in the house for 3 days, and there was something very oddly comforting about that, which made it not necessarily real for me, because I stayed in there with it almost the whole time. We can stop.
Elvis's death this afternoon was swift and unexpected, as Mason Granger reports.
Elvis Presley died here about 3:30 this afternoon. He had been found in his bathroom, unconscious, not breathing, was brought to the hospital by ambulance. Efforts to revive him in the ambulance and efforts to revive him here at the hospital were unsuccessful, and Elvis was declared dead at 3:30. He had probably died earlier in the day, sometime between 9 and 2:30, doctors say.